here with my friends, the Emiles, Dudley, Carissa. Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm excited to talk to you guys because you guys are a family that has certainly gone all in here at the local church. You guys serve faithfully. You're connected in community. Your kids are engaged in what's going on here. And so my question to you guys is like, why? Why have you not just sat on the sidelines? Why have you jumped all in with the whole crew?
Local has been a part of our family. And I mean, it's not just myself. It's we spoke about our kids. Even my mom now, she's a faithful member of Local as well. She goes to a Connect group. So it's a way of life. And if you look at it that way, it becomes a lot easier. To me, I've never looked at serving as work. It's not work. It's something that needs to be done, and it's a part of our lives, and we do it. And we get enjoyment from it, so it makes it a lot easier. So.
I remember having conversations, and I'm like, we want to serve the Lord. We want to be used by God, right? And it's like, well, how do we start? Like, where do we go? Like, how do you know who's in need? Like, how do you know how to help people? Like, who's the right person? And I feel like having this church allows us to see the needs, and it's obvious, and it allows us to easily plug in to, again, be the hands and feet of God. Yeah. So I'm just honored and grateful that we have a church that allows us the opportunity to give, to serve the Lord, to serve others. Yeah. So
you guys were invited to a gathering where we were just kind of praying and believing for what God had next. And I know what I heard the version of the story is of what you guys had thought coming into that gathering and then what you thought coming out of that gathering. I would love to hear your version of the story.
So what did we think going in there?
Well, we actually was like, I think they're going to do a building fund.
Another building
fund. But it wasn't you guys doing one. Like, I believe this is the first one for you guys. But we've been through a building fund. And when we came to Local, we're just like, okay, I know I said it to myself, like, God, no more building funds. We don't want to do any more building funds. And Chris was just like, gotta let God have room, because if he's going to have us in the building funds, he's going to supply the funds. And when we walked in and it was like all the pictures, and I was just like, I looked at her and I said, building fund. And she smiled and she's like, yeah, building fund. And we sat there and it was just like, you know what? We're just going to have an open heart, because God is leading us, and he wouldn't have put us in a place that we said we didn't want to be in if he didn't know that it was a reason for us to be there. Yeah. And I remember Pastor Eric was speaking to the group. The minute that he started speaking, it was almost like God was revealing his true nature, like what he stood for and why God chose him to lead and chose him to lead us. Because when we look at it, we're praying, God, hey, we want a leader that's going to be after your heart. We don't want someone that's, doing it for the clicks, doing it for the wrong reasons. To see Pastor Eric and the team's effort to make sure to say, hey, we're going to open this space up because we want our kids to have a place. So when their parents are in the sanctuary, they have a place that they can call their own. And it was something to say, hey, church, I'm not coming to you just so I can have a bigger space. We have a need, and we're hoping that you can come alongside us.
We were so touched by the vision of the church. It was not about self. It was literally all about God and his people and advancing the kingdom. We want to be a part of that because we believe that's on the heart of God, and that's important to us.
Well, hey, thank you guys so much for sharing your story. Thank you for being a part of what God is doing here at the local church, and so grateful for your time here today.